Morning. Yeah. Today we talk about mindfulness to the feeling, this topic. So when we say mindfulness to the breathing, here what you can see is called right mindfulness, right feeling. What it means by right mindfulness and right feeling means you are knowing what it's about and you make a good decision onto the investigation, and then you pick up the right thing to do. So the right condition will support your practice into overcome problem, into deliverance. So that I name it right mindfulness and right feeling. This right feeling is not about three kinds of feeling that we name it in the above, but we right knowing what's going on. Happy feeling present, we know feeling present, but we don't process it. We know that it's about. And then unpleasant feeling, I'm anger. Then you know the anger already been mindful and right knowing this is anger. I don't process it. Yeah. And then the one that not present and not unpresent, but you still know about, something that I not aware, not sharp in mindfulness. Maybe sometimes like we do morning exercise, I see someone like that. He's half asleep, I not half asleep, I try to bring out strong energy, not go half asleep. You see? So someone he doing something with the feeling that not in the right mindful, right effort, and make this a diligent into fully cover. Let the mind and body just become energetic. He don't do that. He just too in the mindset. He said that too in the mindset. Okay, so here is something that we really want to know, and we call that akusala. Means wholesome. You see, right mindfulness and right knowing is wholesome. So the akusala need to be take away. The unwholesome, we need to take out that negative. You see? So this is called the right mindfulness. Right mindfulness is not going to extreme. You see, our body and mind psychologically, usually we will go extreme. This is, we call that stubborn. You see? Stubborn means you don't know how to let go. You don't know how to take one more step up. You still hang in the step there. This is called that what we need to overcome. So in Chinese, very easy to know. 真念真受. Means you three kind of feeling. You really know that three kind of feeling. You not follow it. Not follow it. This is called right knowing. Yeah. Okay. So in there that knowing this can be aware, and then always let go of these three kind of feeling. You have insight. Yeah. So have insight or not, right mindfulness, have insight or not, it means you're aware and you can let go. That is called insight. If you know, but you're still stuck there, that is not called insight. Maybe called concentrate. You see? Okay, then we come to the two different kind of feeling that we have when we practice into the training. So the first training you see I show in the skill is many let you concentrate, don't let your mind have no skill, and free mind, we don't let the mind free. We always call the mindfulness, do something means to the object. You see? So, and very simple object, always is the same object. This is called concentration. You see? Then it will let your 5 hindrances of the psychological processing not going to have any choice for him to process that way. It's always guide into like that. So this is called build up concentration energy. Once the concentration energy will build up, then you will transcend to 5 senses contract, transcend to 5 hindrances, then you come to the, what we call that, overcome the desire realm. So once your desire realm can overcome, then hatred can be reducing active, and many other can be reducing active. Then I will show in the later on coming, then I'll show more in that. The thing that I want to say is here, once we see this altruistic joy and equanimity, once we talk about these two things that mostly in the jhana practice, a lot of ascetic monks, they just have that kind. Really difficult to observe and investigate and let go. So greedy, the greedy or the what we call the hunger, this perception not easy to break through. It comes to 3 realms. In the desire realm, maybe you break through like the ascetic monk, not much desire into exterior, but inner, he's stuck there inner. So we call the form realm and formless realm, he's still stuck there. So greedy on there, attached on there. This is what the Buddha said, that in the full enlightenment, they still see a lot of ascetic monk friends that in the training, they are good personality, but they're just not willing to go to more breakthrough. See? So this is what the Buddha said, the insight not strong until he see, oh, he's stuck there into the joyful. He's stuck there into some not have anything come in. He think that this is already come to the end, see? But he don't know his mind already boundary to something. So mind boundary to something is not easy to break through, especially the good thing. Like peaceful minds there, this and that, good environment, people easy to bound to. Only the very stressful environment and very stressful minds that people want to let go. But good thing is easy to merge through. You don't know that is a difficulty. You don't see that is the problem. Yep. Okay. So we come to the next picture. This picture is talk about 3 kind of feeling in 5 aggregate that we are talking about, and then another picture. This picture is talk about that right knowing into the sense faculty and into the mind faculty. So these 2, I want to say is what we call that. Okay. From this one that in Buddhism, when we training from concentration come to vipassana, means come to insight meditation. So here is something that we can discriminate into these two. One is called four element, one is called name and form. These two we need to have experience into it properly. The first thing is experience into the rising and ceasing of the four elements. Yeah, I have a lot of training right now in this retreat for you. You see, we try to do some exercise, isn't it? Why we want to do some exercise? We need to get these four elements into very harmony, very strong into good feeling, isn't it? So when you good feeling, you sit there, then you can see they still remain the harmony until it slowly lost its energy. This is called still have link, so that you realize that you want to depend on the feeling of the body, nowhere. Even though you already remain very good support, it still cannot remain. You see? So, but you already go into knowing what is a joyful feeling, not disturb to the mindset from the body. So always using that into helping concentration go more profound, more sharpening into his own compact, accumulate, come to the jhana basic. If too much suffering when you do this and that in the body, it never easy to overcome. It always becomes stuck here, stuck there. Then you need to deal with until you know the way out. So when joyful, more harmony, more balance in the four elements, it's easy to let your mind base too. So it always need to do that. Yeah. I see a lot of good meditator, they can meditate a very long hour. Some of them is not that because the body is not healthy. The four elements is not in their harmony or work together form. They always destructive. So when it destructs, then you feel only illness, only bad feeling. So a lot of good Dhamma teacher, they only can keep teaching, they cannot meditate. Why? Because of the body. They don't function well and they don't try to find a way, make it function well. See? I mean to function well is exercise is important. Cannot rely on drug. Yeah, you can do like the Buddha. He still have do some massage, and then maybe right now we can go to sauna a little bit, go to warm water a little bit, to make this body four elements come to very good shape. Yeah, that is what we can use for what we call exercise. This is also the exercise. But using drug is influence to the system, finding chemical reaction changing may not is the good way. The good way is from physical training. You make change it, but you need to have that kind of insight to see things beneficial. So I just want to say a lot of people, they're already stubborn in something. They don't see this is a benefit. Yeah, they just can tell, oh, this I'm sick, I'm here and there, I get old. But they just have more and more into the dark mindset. They just, if I want to say, is excuse. A lot of excuse for yourself. But we know that here, once you will see here, we can see this is what we mean. This is called observe to the mental and physical. See? So contemplate the form and mentality it becomes 50-50. You know, if the mentality without form support, can it go well? No, isn't it? Yeah, it can't go well. It needs to be formed to support. Unless you're born, some personality, his body shape, well, I call that DNA, is very perfect. He don't carry any bad DNA like high blood pressure and this and that from this body form. So he have very good shape. Don't have to do any exercise. Don't have to take this and that. Good food is still very healthy. That is a special case for individual. You know, so special mind for individual, special body from individual, that is there. This is a real. But if I just want to say about yourself, you need to have the right investigation and right picking up in the wholesome. So if you, this part is weak, you need to do something in order that your observation, or you're going to use his harmony into build up, overcome this problem into the training. So feeling is something that what I call is about the mindset too. You see, so in the four foundation of mindfulness, form is the real material form. You know, in this physics. Exterior four element influence to the body four element. They need to find a way to cooperate. You know, the extreme, make it more harmony. Unless the mindset overcome these two elements, so that feeling have 50% in the form side and 50% in the mind side. So in the mind side itself, that I name is rising and fade away, rising and fade away, like that, you know, in the contact. Yeah. Not many people in their life, they cannot care about rising and ceasing, rising and ceasing. They just don't grab at all. Let the rising and ceasing of contact changing, all by his nature, he have no grabbing. I think that it may be the Nibbana state, or the higher beings, his concentration. Other than that, we are not like that. You see? So this is what I want to mean by practice. Okay, so in the practice we put back here is still using the right mindfulness and right knowing. Yeah. Contact into three kind of feeling. You see here, this one is very important. If your mindfulness and all this awareness, you know, we want to deal with this, more deal with this in the daily life. So this is what we want to facing to, and how do we get more transformed into this? Yeah. For myself, a little bit balance. Once I want to help others, then this is called five senses contact. You make yourself very active into moving around, give talk, travel, you know, facing to food, facing to color, you know, facing to this and that, you know. Then you lost an opportunity to to overcome it. But it's maybe from there on a lot of pop up, a lot of greedy, the anger or not comfortable, this and that. They're always rising up like that. If you put your life always like that, what's going on? Can you concentrate it? No. Yeah. In the past, when I do a lot of travel, the mind become very light to talk. It become always the mind talkative there. Even though the talkative is the talk in Dhamma, but it still have the habitual pattern, like to talk. A lot of what we call the opinion in the mind. A lot of knowing, show them that too aggressive. My Dhamma teacher said, this is called Arom Fung San in the Thai language. Means too restless in the mindful serenity. Too restless. It becomes no serenity in the mindset that. Yeah. That's why from some time you need to pull back to yourself from the senses contact and then come to what we call that secluded, you see? You try to build up a little bit experience about secluded life. Yeah? How long secluded life do we have experience? No, isn't it? At least I go to 3 months, I go to 9 months, I go to 1.5 years, I go to 3 years. You see? At least we can tell, we try, you see? So if many months locked in a door, locked in a room, is it good test? You need to test before you know. Yeah. Yeah.
3 days. I test already.
Yeah.
3 days.
Yeah. That's you can see, the bottom line of the heart is very aggressive. They are very hunger to contact, If without contact or too simple contact, in the environment been blocked everything too simple contact, people will go crazy. That's why I go to Yellowstone there, and then we go to the gold mine. The gold mine already give up, no more function, but they still remain everything there. And then they have one picture showing that inside, this is the prison who robbed the gold, being caught, then they put it into this prison, gold mines have the robber come, sometimes they rob the gold, We've been caught, then they put it into the prison. They say, never one guy put into the prison come out common in the normal life back. Mostly come in it and then they go crazy. Means become mental ill once they go in. Then I am very interested. So that can I go inside? I want to see what's going on inside. Then when I go inside, I cannot see my finger. No any light at all. Inside a very dark room. It shocked me in that time. So when I come back in the trip, then I decide I need to go to longer retreat. That's why I open up myself in the trailer for long retreat. Why? Because I shut inside, If the mind facing to dark all the time, what can they do? If they miss grabbing one perception or the missing one label and merge to it, what can we do if that become unwholesome thing? So people sometimes they become Superman, they become a superhero, super beings, they become crazy, they become depressed, they become this and that. Is because of the mindset already merged into something. You see, we grab our own mindset, isn't it? Let me say something very real, and sometimes Mita, he cry for help because Sati right now disturb her, So sometimes Sati have the sex, what we call that, sex thought come out to his mind, then he's going to disturb Mita. Mita is her old girl, So he already, what we call that, take operation. He cannot breathe anymore. So he's very angry, but he's very old right now. He cannot fight with Sati. So he just wow. One day I watched in my room up there. I saw, what is this creature? Sati, no! He suddenly wake up. What that? And then look for me for a while. Then he back to the normal. When I watch this, I say, that's it. People don't have any core habitual pattern. He only have the contact. Once the contact can sharpening, make his mind pay attention, then thing rising and ceasing. It gone. Mind only grab something, it become effect. If this effect been disturbed by contact, a new thing rising up, then it gone. Yeah. So the contact become very important mindset that you always need to be aware. Once I read the animal and then the continuum help the animal, then I bring back to myself, the awareness is aware to contact or aware to feeling. Don't let the contact and the feeling go into processing. This is the most fine, insight we need to apply to our life. If we talk about deliverance, we talk about mind free. If we talk about go to more what we call that happiness or freedom. Here, it go a little bit more right mindfulness, right insight. So here is two things going on in Buddhism. We talk about deliverance. We talk about get to the benefits of the emancipation or renunciation. Means the life overcome to the normal situation. You come to more spiritual life. Come to more purification of the common lifestyle in the desire realm or in the five senses contact and mind contact. You have a little bit different labeling to your own mindset. You have different enlightenment to your own value. You pick up, I don't want to go to that value anymore. I want to transcend it to my own mindset so that it can doing other things more beneficial than the normal thing. So normalize doing normal thing. And if you want to become a normal life, then you need to doing things by abnormal. So the mentor need to decide something differently. Okay, here is the sutra. I once reading the sutra about the feeling in the agama. So in the agama they have one set of sutra that talking all is in the in the feeling, talk about feeling. So divided what they talk about feeling and the transform of feeling, they divided into 4 group. And from the 4 group that we can see how it linked to the samsara, it linked to the processing. This is what I want to share with you all. Many we just now say it's 1, 2 like that. And then we talk about 1, 2 like this because of the awareness is not there. The mindful not turn into very sharp aware. So we become craving. Craving means he suddenly processing. So life suddenly processing is very nature, but if someone who really careful for the liberation, that is not nature. He need to do some work. So do some work means you need to practice more harder, more diligently or more serious. In America, I see the difference that they don't serious. If the teacher very serious, then the student will go. They need to be more, communicate to each other, putting a lot of things going easy. They could not go very serious. I only see a Catholic monk when I was in New York. He is the chaplain. When we have interfaith together, I only see in the whole monasteries of that Catholic monastery, only he really serious face, even though, shake hand with me. He shakes my hand. God bless you. No. Let me try myself first before God bless me. I answered to him, and he watched me, big eyes, never said any more words. I watch him. Self-awakening. I reply a word, self-awakening. He still cannot catch it. Then, okay, God bless me. Pray me if I cannot make it. That is how we communicate. See? Labeling to your own mindset that sometimes is mostly people do. He grab something in his memory, try to use it. But usually this kind of very fast to grab your own mind, this is a very natural pattern. If we train insight meditation or we train absorption, then maybe not too fast to have something pop up and then already out from mouth, already from the body. So this is what we want to experience from that before we can do. Here, I want to say a little bit about this thing. A space of penetration. In the Chinese, we have the word we call 断界. 断界 means breakthrough. Breakthrough means from our experience, we want to know about the silent mind, how silent the mind can be, and then how sharp the insight still remain. The energy is still very full of energy, but the mind become more silent. In the experience about China, they mention about the mind have no more word, no more talk. The mind totally silent and no more talk. Compared with one student, one day he told me that, even though sit there, the mind still very excited, too much work to want to say, So what can I do? I asked him, did you have your daily schedule about practice? He said, no, after retire, I become more busy. Then I said, cannot be like, cannot become like that. Even though the monk life here, we are still very busy to make living, to make process of the Buddhism in this country, but we still remain day and night, morning and evening service. We still remain from time to time, have the retreat. From time to time, go to more longer retreat. We still need to push our life into that in order we can break through. We can cut off. You see? So this cut off have deep meaning for the right enlightenment. Let me say a little bit about cut off. Okay. The word in the Chinese, he have his own definition. This cut off have 9 kind of perception or the mental labeling. It's not exist. We call that cut off. These 9 words or perception is greedy, craving, hatred, self-conceit, ignorance, viewpoint, grabbing, clinging and grabbing, and doubt, jealous, stingy. This is called 9 obstacles. So if these 9 obstacles still remain, you are in the desire realm. If these 9 obstacles not exist anymore in the mindset, then you come to the, what we call that, form realm. I want to say a little bit about form realm. Form realm means you see the very color. You see his shape. When you're sitting, color, shape, but you don't thirsty. You don't have that 9 kind of obstacle in the mind. Let me say the first, like clinging, grabbing, these 2 obstacles. When you see that, then you will directly contact, and then you bring that rise up. I want to drink water. I want that. You see, when the contact into healing, that is good. Processing. You see, they're already processing. If the form realm means he's sitting like his, this white color. This man, this woman, this dog, this, that. He only see the shape and he see the color. but he don't rise up any reaction in the 9 obstacle. This is called the being spiritual mindset already transform the desire realm. They come to form realm. You know, when people come to form realm, he have very deep concentrate. Yeah, concentrate will become very deep. Yeah. In the desire realm also have people have very deep concentrate. You see, one I want to say is like that. When you go to see people that they do the picture art, you know, they are very concentrate. They can see very fine to do their art painting, very fine. You see, they can watch outside, you know, very tiny thing, very tiny color, they can bring into the similar. You see? So the hearing also, the musician, you know, someone can tell the vibration so that they can pick up very easy. Once they heard something, they already copy. You see? So this is called sharp concentration. So in the 5 desire realm, they have sharp concentrate too, but they don't know how to overcome. You know, overcome what? This 9 perception. I name it again. Yeah. Clinging, hatred, self-conceit, ignore, viewpoint, grabbing, doubt, jealous, stingy. Yeah, this is called it make the mind wake up, you know, grabbing, you know, merge into the contact and then processing. So concentration is concentrate you to breakthrough. So when we go back to this picture, then you can see. No matter you use this concentration or you use the discernment or insight, this too is breakthrough the just now what I said, the 9 obstacle of the mindset, yeah, or we call that perception, mental formation, consciousness, and the feeling. All this is included just now what I say. Okay, once you go back here, yeah. When we say cut off means another thing that we call that we distance from or we release. Yeah, we release ourselves from that samsara or that link. We already free ourselves from there. So when we free from ourselves from there, in the old day we talk about renunciate. We use the word renunciate, means not getting along with it anymore. Even though it's in front of you, still contact, but not getting used it anymore. You know, our function already changed into different function. Yeah, that not the condition can support the function anymore. Yeah, this is called renunciate, the word renunciate. So renunciation have more deep meaning into it, usually. That is what we call that the thing that for all the practice, what we do right now is want to overcome these two, 1 or 2, struggling the mindset, struggling our feeling. Yeah. If we can make it, then we call that this is the penetration. Yeah. So penetration is the practical processing. Penetration is the state, or we call that direct experience. It's not only the practical skill, but it is the direct experience. We come to different level in the mindset, make the mindset totally enlightened into his renewal pattern of mindset. Yeah. Okay. I want to stop it here.